No, I just, what I wanted to do, I thought that I'd pipe in here because I really want to focus on, the 24-hour market for everybody in Genesis because we've had a market that's really corrected. And Chuck, I've got 6,900 is a real number on the S&P. As long as we're above that, the rally's still in tow. Is that the same number you got, 6,900?
I think 6,900 is a big number. I
Yeah.
think that there are a few before we get there, but 6,900 is certainly kind of a breaking point.
But one of the things that I'll tell you is that you've got to be patient on a day like today because today is a Monday. Y'all know how I feel about Mondays, and I've got both my hands. I got both my hands up. Up. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, but let's just be patient. And Chuck, I'm gonna let you take advantage of this and leading into the Genesis. I know that you're sort of handling things today with Jonathan working on the home study course. And I want to thank everybody last night for all the people that joined. And remember, the price will go up Christmas Eve. So if you got any interest in the home study, you ought to get it. But we're going to talk about Genesis, and we got a tape to play, Chuck, after you go through the slides.
Right, right. And so let's see. First slide, of course, is the risk disclaimer. We have to make sure everybody understands that there is a very high degree of risk involved in trading. DTI and DTI Trader, all individuals affiliated with the site assume no responsibility for your trading and investment results. Essentially, what we're saying is you and you alone are responsible for the decisions you make. Um, let's see, past performance is not indicative of future results. I always like to throw in the word necessarily in there, but we get the point across. So that's your risk disclaimer. Understand there is risk involved in trading. Now, in my opinion, I agree with Tom. Today is a setup day. Now, and typically all Mondays are. This one, the setup has to be kind of quick here because we've got just after today, just 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday left to finish out 2025. That's going to be the big deal. So we're going to be looking at a couple of the big numbers. We know the open of the year pretty solid. The open of the quarter, yeah, I think we got that one hung up. That open of the month at 68.54, Tom points out the 6,900 number. If you get below 6,900, people start looking at the open of the month. So that's something to keep in mind and be considerate of. Now, the other side of the market is the possibility of challenging 7,000 in the S&P. Right now, we backed away from that. Again, I think this is a setup, and I think there's a little bit of a retracement situation here. We might get into talking about that at some other time. But let's go ahead and hit our topic today. Actually, first of all, T Buzz weekly trade letter. Tom and Jonathan are going to work to put this out Monday after the close. Goes out typically Monday after the close. And if you want access to this weekly trade letter where Tom is looking at broad market update, key news for the week, key earnings to watch, weekly Magic 5 stocks, you can get your daily Magic 5 out of the TNT channel, but if you want those weekly ones, those handpicked stocks, make sure you're part of the newsletter. And of course, any other special opportunities that might exist. This weekly newsletter is available $9.99 for 1 year access. You can sign up today at dtitrader.com/weekly. Let me see if I can copy that link there. Well, no, they won't let me because I'm in the presentation. But I like this from Buck. This sort of tells it all. Go ahead and put that out there. You cannot beat the trade letter for insight. And Buck also helping out here, or Jonathan just posted that, but Buck posted the link just before that. We'll leave Jonathan's post up there. But thank you, Buck. Appreciate that. Always good to see you. All right. So that weekly newsletter, if you really want to be on top of everything, make sure you sign up for that. $9.99 for 1 year access. The link to the slides, yeah, we can get that out for you. But let's go ahead and move on here. I'm going to go through the presentation. I'll let Jonathan and Adam take care of posting those links. Train and trade Monday through Friday in the month of December at 11 a.m. Eastern. There's not much to the month of December left. We'll see about whether or not we want to continue this into the next month. You guys let us know. Find a way to get that done. All trades in train and trade are tracked through T-Buzz Talk and Trade, and you can sign up for that at dtitrader.com/TNT. As far as where will you see updates on any trades discussed? Well, that'll be in the T-Buzz Talk and Trade Telegram channel. So make sure you're logged in there to find out what's going on. But today we're talking about Genesis for Train and Trade December 29th. That's our topic today. So what is Genesis? Genesis is a unique look at the market, kind of a midday. It's focused on one of the most important times during the 24-hour market time period. It begins at 11:30 Eastern Time as the European markets close down for the day. That's the European cash markets, and it leaves the U.S. market in control. Now, if you're a futures trader, you understand that the European futures markets continue trading, but those cash markets, that's the important aspect. Cash market close from Europe, and then we get into the sun is shining on the Americas, the American markets, specifically the U.S. markets are the dominant markets at this time. And so they begin not just to set the stage for themselves, as they might have done with the cash open, but now they're running it alone. We get uh, the European influence out of the way, the Asian influence, they're already sleeping. The focus shifts to the U.S. markets and solitarily to the U.S. market. So we look at that half hour starting at 11:30 Eastern, starting actually in about 20 minutes or so today, and we run that as a reference bar that first half hour after that time to see what the U.S. markets are focused on and what they might try and do in the next period. The Genesis Hour is the first time all day that U.S. traders have full control and really solitary control to decide whether the market is long or short. So, Genesis Hour impact. Observation says that 4 out of 5 trading days in the Genesis Hour will mark either the high or the low of the day. So that becomes a turning point where we could see maybe a reversal from the market. The other 20% of the time, we see a true continuation day where most of the weekly gains on Wall Street come from. So this Genesis bar, as we set it up and break out of it, we break out of it in a continuation. So that Genesis bar doesn't set the high or the low, it sets the continuing path. So we're looking for either a reversal or a continuation coming out of the Genesis bar. Those are our two main options. So what markets can we trade with the Genesis Insight? Well, just about any market you like. Stocks, options, futures. We're going to do a lot of talk about what these stocks are doing, what these U.S. markets are doing. But trading, if you find the right vehicle, you can take advantage of it. Here's Apple as an example. This is a continuation day. So continuation down from the Genesis hour. You can see the white bar in this chart represents the Genesis half hour time frame. And see how the market moved. We had already set a low, but the Genesis time frame comes in and the market extends and pushes, and then you get a true break, and that gives you the direction for the rest of the day. Reversal days, this is the more common, is where you see the Genesis time frame pushing up. Now, this is a new high on the Genesis. We actually went a little bit above it on this Apple chart. But notice as you come into that next hour, you get a rejection of that high point, and the market turns back down, breaking the low of the Genesis bar. And this is again a downward push that got extended for the day. So market stayed down, even though it ended up being a positive day. It was definitely down from the open of the Genesis bar. Now, in the E-mini futures, we're looking at an example here of a continuation where the market makes that high and then extends and keeps running. And this was, what day was this? This looks like it was probably December 23rd, actually, the Tuesday before Christmas Eve. Now, remember, this is one of the most powerful insights for trading the intraday markets every single day. The Genesis bar will occur every single day, and some days it's more important than others. We've seen with the European markets closed that Genesis bar really is the only definition you have in the market, and so we go from that. Now, Tom developed the Genesis Algo trade service featuring an automated Telegram channel. For those of you following along on Telegram, make sure you get in touch with us on that front. Let's see, Telegram. What's going on over here? We've got Sunrise Signals, T-Buzz Talk and Trade, and of course, the Genesis Algo, waiting for that to pop up today. We'll look at that next opportunity. So the goal of the Genesis Algo channel, the goal of the Genesis Algo is to identify the true breakout days during the week. So let's talk about Genesis. Each trade with the ticker, entry price, stop loss, and profit target details all included so you can practically set it and forget it. You're looking at an alert from a previous alert. This is not a live alert. Be aware of that. DTI Genesis bullish alert. You can see the symbol, current price. So make sure you look at that current price. Options, something you can do with the options, like the call option 7 days from expiration, profit target, and stop loss. So all that will be sent out in the DTI Genesis channel on Telegram. Can opt in to receive automatic Genesis alerts via Telegram starting today. That way, there's no delay in getting your next entry alert. You don't have to come back into the room and say, hey, can you post that again for us? If you've got it on Telegram, you're following along live. 24/7 Genesis members portal. All the details on how to sign up can be found in your members portal that is hosted on the main website. No download required. So just click it, sign in, and you'll be following along with the rest of us. Genesis Smart Algo Masterclass. And Tom will walk you through it during the masterclass. And whether it's Tom, myself, or Jonathan, we'll do our best to answer any questions you might have about Genesis. You'll find a recorded version in the members areas. So if you want to see what that previous class was like, you can go ahead and watch that. Get yourself ready for the next upcoming class. And you can expect an average of 2 to 5 alerts per day. No shortage of opportunities for you. Andrew, if you signed up for the Genesis class last Friday, you should have access to the Telegram channel. Make sure you go in through the one-click trading portal into Genesis, and there should be an option there to click into the Telegram channel. We'll make sure we get you set up. But also, do me a favor and put in your phone number and email address. So if there are any issues, we can contact you and get everything straightened out. So if you just put your phone number and email address in the room here, we'll have someone take a look at that and get you all up and ready to go. Options Boot Camp 101. This video series will help teach you how to go from beginner to expert with options. A lot of people might look at some of the things we're trading there and say, well, I don't really understand options, so maybe this isn't for me. No, listen, options are going to be very simple. We have a simple explanation for it. You'll know exactly what we're doing and exactly how to implement that. And we make sure we have that for you with this Options Bootcamp 101. Go from beginner to expert with options. Learn how to easily leverage your trade for maximum returns, plus income techniques for those of you who prefer a safer approach. So we'll show you everything we got. New Genesis entries are waiting for you. If you want to take advantage of special pricing here today, go to dtitrader.com/special2 or call 904-706-3532. And you can see all the different sets we have here: the Telegram alerts, options boot camp, options cheap sheet. Let's see. Genesis downside alerts, Genesis alerts, smart algo masterclass, 24/7 members portal. All of that is available to you if you go to dtitrader.com/special2. And for those of you who are already members, if you click this link and want to extend your membership for that 15 months, that deal is also available for you. So listen, we want new people in this program, but we also want to take care of those who are still here and members. So feel free to take advantage and get signed up. Okay, so our last slide here. Today's recordings will be found via the live tab at dtitrader.com/YouTube. Make sure you take advantage of that. And before we get to a special video that was prepared for you guys, I want to go ahead and open it up to any questions you guys might have. Let's see if we can't take a live look at the market as well. Go over to the dashboard. You'll see the Magic 5 at the top here: GM, QQQ, SQQ, SPY, TLT. No indication on that dashboard right now. Still waiting for the market to pull out. You can see the Dow, gold, silver, all pulling back a little bit, but the S&P and the Nasdaq holding firm. Got kind of mixed signals. It's almost as if it's still Christmas. Red, white, and green. Should there be a new weekly newsletter by now? No, it comes out Monday afternoon. So since today is Monday, it'll be out after the close today, or definitely before tomorrow morning. So Monday after the close is when that weekly newsletter gets released. If you don't pay that much attention to the market at night, make sure you check it Tuesday morning. All right, let me get you back to New Genesis entry.